At the end of this lesson, teachers will be able to change verbs into past, present, and future continuous tenses and use these tenses appropriately. They will be able to teach their students how to change verbs into past and present continuous and to use these two tenses correctly. The word continue means to keep on going. An action is continuous when it is ongoing. You have already learned about past and present continuous tenses. Let's recap those concepts and explore them further. To make the continuous form of a verb, we add ing at the end. Then, we add the suitable form of the to be verb before the ing verb. Let's start with past continuous. We change a verb into the past continuous form by adding ing to the end. Then, we choose from the two past tense be verbs, that is, was or were. We write the suitable be helping verb before the main verb. We use past continuous for three main reasons. To show that an ongoing action was interrupted by another action in the past. In such sentences, we usually use the word when to signal the interruption. For example, we were cooking when you called. We can use past continuous when we want to give the time for an action that was happening in the past. For example, I was talking to my mother from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. However, we do not have to specify the exact time. For example, Ahmed was playing with his friends yesterday. Here, we used past continuous because even though we do not know the exact time and duration, we do have some indication of time. That is, we know that it was yesterday. We can also use past continuous when we want to indicate that two or more ongoing actions were happening at the same time. For example, while Tariq was reading a book, I was doing my homework and my father was fixing the broken microwave. Present continuous shows ongoing actions that are happening in the present. We form present continuous tense by adding ing to the end of the main verb and then writing am, is, or are before the main verb. There are three main reasons for using present continuous. The first one is the most important and the only one that you need to teach your students. The other two are extra information for you as a teacher. We use present continuous for ongoing actions that are happening in the present, that is, right now. Right now, you are viewing a module about the continuous tense. In this sentence, the suitable be helping verb with the subject you is are. We wrote the helping verb before the main verb, viewing. You are viewing. We also use present continuous tense when we are talking about an ongoing process that is expected to continue only for a limited time. For example, we used present continuous here even though Hamad might not be studying at this very moment. He might be eating dinner or even watching TV. His studying, however, is an ongoing process happening these days, and it is expected to end in the future. Sometimes we use present continuous when we are talking about an action that will happen in the near future, that is, very soon. Some verbs are normally used only in the present simple tense. We do not use the continuous tense for these, even if they are happening right now. For example, we will not say, I'm liking this weather. Here are some more examples of verbs that are not used in continuous tenses. We use future continuous to indicate that an action will be ongoing in the future. As with all continuous tense verbs, we first add ing to the end of the main verb. For future continuous, we then add will be before the main verb. We use future continuous for three main reasons. First, if an ongoing action will be interrupted by another action. As in the past continuous tense, we usually use the word when to signal the interruption. We can also use the future continuous tense to specify the time of a future ongoing action. Last, we use future continuous tense when we are talking about multiple actions that will be happening at the same time in the future. You do not need to teach your students future continuous tense. This was just for your extra information. The first step to making continuous tenses is to add ing to the end of the main verb. However, we sometimes need to put in a little extra effort. The word below is spelled incorrectly. There is one extra letter. Can you click the extra letter and correct the spelling? For verbs that end in E, we remove the E before adding ing. For example, with the word become, we would remove the E before adding ing. For verbs that end in a vowel and then a consonant, the last letter, that is the consonant, usually doubles up before we add the ing. For example, we will not simply add ing to the verb put. We double the ending consonant, then add ing. Similarly, the verb plan also ends with a vowel, a, and a consonant, n. If we want to add ing to this verb, we first double the last consonant, that is n, then add ing. Write the ing form of the verb refer in the box below. Refer ends with the vowel E, then the consonant R. We need to double the letter R, then add ing. Type the past continuous form Click true or false. Type the past, present, or future continuous tense of the verbs given. In some sentences, you have been given a hint. Prepare chits of paper with verbs that are easy to act out for a longer period of time. For example, singing, dancing, crying, laughing, jumping, smiling, standing, and sleeping. Hand out the chits to different students and ask them to act out the action without talking. Ask the other children to guess the action.
Can somebody guess what Abid is doing? He is sad. That's true, but what is he doing? What is the action? He is crying. Yes, good, Amna. Abid is crying right now.
As the children act out the actions, write sentences on the board in the present continuous tense. Point out to the children that the actions are ongoing. In the next lesson, ask the class what the children were doing on the previous day.
Class, what action was Abid acting out yesterday? What was Abid doing?
Abid was crying.
Exactly. Hamza, you just made a sentence in the past continuous tense.
Explain the past continuous tense to the children and have them practice sentences by asking them what they did the day before. An activity that you can do for the past continuous is the crime activity. Pretend that there was a crime in the classroom during break. Somebody tore the charts off the wall. Divide the class into groups and appoint one person in each group as the police officer. The police officer has to ask different students what they were doing during break. The students must respond in the past continuous.
Anna, what were you doing during break today?
I was playing Coco with Sarah.
What were you doing during break today?
I was eating chips.